Hey everybody, welcome back to ZSR. This was like a super quick switch from the OTR multi-world tournament back to Majora Smash, to MoonCrash, to ADR, and to some vanilla action on ZSR. It's lower bracket round 2. TrulyNaN was a dope. And without further ado, let's actually switch to the layout and let's give it to our lonely rider for now, to KAM Keaton. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. Who is excited for some MM today? I was about to say random, and I was like, wait a second, no, this is the normal game. We have both our runners started up and pretty much ready with their file. We've got Ultra and Butts right now. What great names. We're going to be going through the beginning first cycle of 15 minutes of fun, pretty much.
I am a fucking legend. Instead of starting the race, I accidentally canceled the race room.
Huh. That's a bit rough. They probably...
That's just great. Yeah, give me a second, please.
All good, all good. Oh, you know, Beast did just use the reward, blame Trez. So unfortunately, it looks like this one is gonna fall on you. So
yeah,
welcome, ADR.
One sec, I'm still fixing something. Okay.
Alright, we should be... Okay, yeah.
On my side, the timer has started already.
Yeah, Dre said, right. I'm working it out.
Gotcha.
You haven't missed anything.
And both the runners are off.
Alright, perfect.
There's a slight difference between them, but it shouldn't matter too much. We'll just go off of the end time, right? Like always. I still love Adrek. Are you in here yet? Are you able to see the two streams? Nice. He's in his own world. Insert Spanish flea song. You know, if you guys could see Dope's screen right now, it'd be quite impressive. He's got a gif of him falling onto his infinitely looping. So this tournament is known as the MM. Give me a second, my mind. I have woken up very recently. This is known as the MoonCrash tournament for Majora's Mask. This is an ADR tournament. ADR known as all dungeons restricted. What does the restricted mean? Well, restricted means that it's going to restrict some glitches that were found later on in the future, and is trying to mimic a lot of the stuff that was allowed back in an older version of the route. This means that there is no index warping, which is a trick where you hit the hidden owl statue. You're able to teleport to all of the owl statues without hitting any of the actual ones. Another trick known as SRM, text overflow, and other stuff like that are all banned and not allowed in this category. Some newer stuff is actually allowed, known as like milk jump and remote hookshot, but a lot of glitches are restricted from being in this to make this route still have the basic premise of the old all dungeons route. Bomb hovering, mega flips, all that stuff is still allowed. But there isn't going to be any crazy shenanigans of warping to the moon. These people need to beat all 4 dungeons, get the oath to order, and then go save the world from the moon crashing. And that will be, and whoever does that first is the one who ends up winning. This route's been around for a while, or renditions of the route. Lots of new things have come in, or like harder versions, optimizations that have come throughout the years. Like I said, later on, we'll probably see at least one of these runners do milk jump or both. Basically, go fast with no big glitches. A lot of things are kind of restricted in terms of like what you can do. Majora's Mask has a literal dumpster fire of tricks that you can learn. So like, even though it's a restricted category, you're still gonna see tons of glitches anyway. Every beginning of Majora's Mask has an extremely long intro. Unfortunately, we get hit with this first cutscene, which takes about 3 minutes. Luckily, they've got their timers there, so we can see. Immediately into a bag churn. You know, it's a little impressive. I know in some other routes people go for rubies at the start. Unfortunately, we see Truly literally getting absolutely slammed by that brush. He got 1 ruby. That is really sad. In the 100 no SRM route, they actually take both those grass patches there, and if they don't get 20, they typically literally reset immediately. That was extremely unfortunate for Truly. Now, in terms of PBs, I do know Dope is expected to have a low time. Like, Dope has a very good PB. So, these two have pretty different times in terms of PBs. Like, Dope is going to be a 132 PB. And then we have Truly at a 156 PB. Though this is MM, things can go pretty wrong, pretty badly, and make you lose ample amounts of time instantly. Yes, this is our man Dope. Now, Dope, classically known for doing a lot of hundo, at least to my knowledge. Like, I mainly met him while he was doing hundo. He's an extremely good runner at this game. He has good understanding of everything that's in the game, how to perform tricks, being able to pick up tricks, adapt to things. Truly, this is going to be my first time watching him. It's going to be interesting to get to see how he plays, his level of skill. Definitely has a high amount of skill expression that can be showed just through basic movements. Performance, not just only performance on tricks, but mimics some of the other Zelda games where a lot of it is movement based, and you can save a lot of time here and there. So they PB down to 150 even, I think. Okay, well, thank you so much, Beast. It's not updated on his splits yet, unfortunately. It's been nice to see because of this. During this duration of the tournament, we have seen the world record get taken by Pope, and they get pushed down. It's quite fun to watch things. Literally, it's fun to always watch these tournaments come about, and then have runners really push these categories, practicing for these races, and then people start playing out really good PBs, really good times, and pressuring the world record. Dope is already off. He's gonna be a decent chunk ahead because of Truly going for that brush and then literally getting nothing out of it. You know, he's got that 1 ruby lead. Zoning up here, there is going to be... I don't think they side hop this one, right? I know some people... Oh, okay, you know? Yeah, Dope goes for the lower flower. I know this one saves, like... I'm pretty sure that one saves a small amount of time. This next flower that they're going to go into by the statue, they're going to side hop and then go for a 1-frame dig, so they skip a text box that will be coming. Takes 2 frames for a cutscene to start. Or for like one of those things to start.
That text skip is always great.
The text, I'm right about the text skip, right, Adrek? It's 2 frames, right? Like, it will start on the 2nd frame, so that's why you can get the dig first.
I imagine it's a couple of frames, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's 1.
Okay.
It-
I was
it's-
like, I don't know if it's 1 or 2, but I just know it's a pretty thin timing, and I just know the thing with the cutscenes that start cutscenes take 2 frames to start, right? Which is why we can do.
Yes.
This is why we have which we're doing right now. HMS, IMS, cutscene.
Happy
skip.
Mess cutscene skip. Yep.
How are you doing today? It's good to hear from you, Adrian. You are
Hey,
no
it's-
longer a robot anymore.
No longer. Yes, it's great to be back to the world of the living and not the AI
Wait.
world.
Did Windows destroy you?
I think it did. Yes, I tried to sign in as usual, and well, I heard audio coming from my laptop, which is no bueno.
You know, it's okay. You know, I've got this nice mic, I've got this nice voice coming to you right now, but a couple days ago, Razer decided to update my headset, and it somehow corrupted my drivers in my mixer.
Oh man,
Meaning I
Always
had the
gotta be
system
fair.
restored.
You got really wrecked. Wow.
I got absolutely demolished. SMH skip, yes, Beast. Shaking my head.
That is correct.
We've already skipped something.
Don't tell glitchless runners.
Yeah, no, for glitches, I'm surprised the HMS is considered a glitch. It feels like it rides on that thin line of where it doesn't really seem like a glitch, you know? It's just kind of pause buffering into something.
Yeah, it's a cutscene skip, and cutscene skips are banned.
It's just all cutscene skips are banned.
Yes, all
straight up?
cutscene skips.
Okay.
I believe it gets a little complex. I can check the rule set for you real quick. We had to have a discussion on what can be skipped and what can't be skipped, if I recall correctly.
I know if anyone's wondering, this is First Cycle. First Cycle is a segment where you're going to have to play through the beginning of the game as Deku Scrub. Pretty much same cycle begins for every single run in every single category. A little differences here and there in terms of how much money you need, how much money they're going to collect, and a little bit of the pathing. But what they're going to do is they're going to use Grandma to get to day 3. They are then going to use Scarecrow to get to night day 3. Then they are going to go over, get the fairy, collect some money, deposit the money, and move on to the next or move on to the final, or the next portion of the game. Instead of having to go get the children, collect or they don't need to go collect the children and go get the moon steer, because instead they're going to do a trick known as a gainer to immediately go up there, so they can skip pretty much all of that. They're also going to be getting magic power somewhere in there, which is typically right after getting your rubies.
You've seen this once or twice, haven't you?
Me? I'm not too used to it because I'm much more used to rando. So like,
Yeah.
we just don't have Deku, right? Like, of course we skip that.
Sounds nice.
But yeah, I've gone to watch a lot of you guys do First Cycle, so I'm a little bit more familiar with Hundo, SRM and no SRM route than this one.
Yeah, it's you have your different goals that you're going for, and that's going to completely change what you're going for typically.
Yeah, the amount of money you need, things you're gonna need. Like I know in no SRM Hundo, like they're gonna need to do bank or the what's it called, wallet dupe, right?
Oh,
I can't remember what the trick is called. Whatever it is, where you like store the banker. You can like hold L and you store the text or whatever, so you get the like reward later.
Oh yeah, what is that called? Wallet dupe.
Yeah, wallet dupe. There we go. And that will skip you having to go to the Scatola house in the ocean side, which is like huge.
A lot of controversy with that skip, but it is what it is.
I think it's pretty nice. I mean, I don't like Ocean Spider House, so I was all for it. Fortunately, Dope isn't getting that much money currently.
He's still early on. If he gets past the observatory with that amount, then it's crazy Monka S. If I recall correctly, they have a chart that actually displays the RNG as you go through and whether or not you're going to make it, and it's not the steepest slope, but it does tail off eventually.
Oh, okay. He got some 5s. He's gonna be more than 5. Okay. He got yeah. He's gonna be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
First cycle is always so calm. I always find it kind of crazy that you guys like you can just backwalk through that one guard. How many of the guards can you actually backwalk through? So I know for that one you can just.
Yeah, go on.
I was like, I know it's the what's it called? That's West Side Clocktown, right? Or is it East Side Clocktown? My directions are so flipped right now.
Oh, you
but
did get a
I know
little
that
right
one's
to get fixed, so.
that one's really easy to get through. The others, like, I don't think you can get through, can you?
Not with backwalking alone, but you can get past them with some interesting mechanics for the day transitions. So, I believe it's on English. On any transition, whether it's day or night, you can actually basically backwalk by any of them, and the reason is because the guards get reset back to their middle position because the area reloads, and Japanese it only happens on from night to day transitions. So because of that, you have just enough time to get past them while he resets and tries to push back to the left or right side, whatever side you're on, to get you out.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but it's still banned on glitch list.
It's still banned in glitchless?
It's a lot slower, so there's no reason to actually,
Yeah,
unban it.
I wouldn't imagine it being useful. You know, Truly's got quite the backwalk going on there, where he is.
That was a swag inverted cam. I don't think I've ever
Yeah,
seen it there.
that was a pretty hype inverted camera. I was like, yo, that's pretty hype. I know MM's camera compared to Ocarina of Time is extremely different in terms of how it kind of functions, which allows us to do things like the back turn.
Oh yeah.
And we can also do like angled. Can't we do some angled maneuvers too, like angled side hops?
Yeah,
and
we
other
can.
stuff like that because of camera. But
Angled side. Yeah, like that. Yeah. I think you can do it in both games, but that's comes from a. So you know how you can target and then you can walk forward. You can also walk just slightly upright, and I think you can go in that direction. Basically, your angled side hops come from doing a side hop when you're in the very slight angle change. I think, anyways.
okay, I got you.
Ooh, Dope had to go for that extra grass segment, so he's gonna be a tad late.
Yeah, he's gonna be a little late to the tower coming. Typically, runners want to be there before this comes down. This means you've made the time and you're not really losing any time. But since he's not there, he's definitely losing time comparatively. And I also think Truly is not making it.
Yes.
Both
Yeah.
runners unfortunately not making it to the clock tower before it starts. Also, there is no command on the MoonCrash. If you're wondering, what this is a all dungeons restricted tournament for the Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Did you sorry I came so late, but did you talk about all dungeons restricted, what it is?
I talked about most of what I know, which is the restrictions on Hidden Owl, SRM, Text Overflow, the requirement of pretty much they're going to go beat the 4 temples, get Oath to Order, and then go win.
Did you
I
talk
don't
about
know.
equip swap?
Equip swap? Oh, no, I do not know enough about that. You should honestly talk about that one.
Okay, equip swap is also banned, and the main thing that comes from equip swap, aside from any milk shenanigans, is the ability to only have to get 1 egg, and typically in most fast routes for that, you would also skip hookshot. That's basically the equivalent of all dungeon standard, aside from also the hidden owl glitch that you don't get. Now, basically it means that you only have to get 1 out of the 7 eggs, and so that already cuts down a million minutes of time save. It's
absolutely, yeah. That segment of the game is probably the egg quest is probably one of the longest things that people have to do in this game. Period. Like,
aside from this, yes.
Yeah, actually, yeah. First cycle definitely holds that up well.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially this category is very like reminiscent of like a no major glitches thing. Though we still do quite a few.
It largely depends on your no major glitches.
Yeah, it depends on your definition of major glitches. Like,
if we go by A Link to the Past, then no, it's entirely different. So we're only banning like the most obscenely major glitches, basically.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and Hidden Owl, and what is the other
interesting. I found it really interesting that Equip Swap, Hidden Owl, SRM, Text Overflow. Those are the things I know for sure that are just not allowed.
And yes.
I don't know if text overflow is literally outright banned. I just know you cannot perform without SRM, correct? So like, it's essentially banned. So
No, I think it's the other way around. We had TO before SRM, if I recall correctly. TO allowed for a moon warp early on, just because of being able to get all
okay.
Was it because we were able to get the remains early on? I think it was. You were able to open the debug menu from it, and the debug menu allows you to give yourself any item that you want. But to be honest, I took a break at that point. I didn't really. My break started before TO became a thing, so I didn't really get into that. I missed it. So to speak.
Back in high school, I remember seeing a video on the debug menu being found, and like that was about it. But that's all I literally remember.
Yeah,
And that was
pretty
much it. Yeah, we don't talk about that dark day. That was Yeah, unfortunately, not having Eclipse up in this route makes it so that we add a lot of time and a lot of insane. Like it just adds a lot of time to this, but it adds some cool movement throughout. I do like a lot of the movement that we're going to do. Like I like the Zora Super Swims that we're going to be doing later on.
Part of the draw.
Yeah.
And we get hookshot. It's guaranteed, so to speak.
And hookshot allows for some of the coolest tricks in the game, in my opinion, which is remote hookshot and milk jump, which will be coming up way later in the run. But
Hey,
I think it's cool that milk jump is. No, I've already talked. I was like, because that's the odd thing, because we restrict a lot of glitches for this category, but like things like milk jump, which was discovered way later, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is allowed, and I'm like, that's really interesting. Like, out of anything, that trick was actually passed and allowed in ADR.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
doing druck jump. What is druck jump?
Oh, a duck jump. I assume he's talking about the hookshot jump that you're referring to later on in Stone Tower.
Okay, so
I don't
is it
know
just
if
one
you
of the
saw a new
setups for
setup.
it?
Yeah, we have a new-ish setup. I think I came up with it a week or two ago or something, but
Can you
it's...
slide me the video right now? I'll go watch it.
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, yeah, I think I have just a setup video for it.
Runners are just wrapping up first cycle, by the way, pretty much. While they're out of first cycle, they're just having to go through the cutscene where they're getting the Deku mask. It's a pretty long cutscene. You mash through text, you go through it, blah, blah, blah.
What did I call this thing?
You know, I was looking really hard for, like, this jump on YouTube one day, and I could not find any of the setup videos for it. It drove me crazy. I was trying to show a rando player because they're like, what in the world is milk jump? Like, how do you, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I was like looking up on YouTube, like milk jump, Stone Tower, remote hookshot milk jump. I'm just like looking up all these things. I could not find it. I was so sad.
Sorry. It's
No, it's okay.
more obscure, I guess, now.
A lot of
So
things can kind of get, they can kind of get like out. I mean, it's speedrunning stuff, you know. I don't think we're like the biggest thing out there currently. Majora's Mask also has just a lot of content anyway, so you can imagine it's a bit hard to find some things out of everything.
I'm finding more low percent stuff than the actual RTA stuff. This is a problem.
We're still in the cutscene for this beginning portion of the game. And we're almost about to get to the point where you get to play the game. You actually get to play the game.
Yeah, I think it was after that. Looks like it doesn't have it set up. It's the only thing I have is a 7-minute long video for you.
It's okay. I just realized how slow this text box is for Tattle here. Like, oh my goodness. They really want you to know.
Oh yeah. MM is a big game. Got a big world. All 4 areas are surrounding it. And you can only go in one, so you have to know which one you have to go to. No, not for Gallon. Memeing.
Yeah, no, I know. It's weird. MM's like both one of the shortest, is like considered probably one of the shortest of the 3D Zeldas. Did Dope just get absolutely wrecked by Banker right there?
It's easy to get wrecked by him.
He 100% got wrecked by Banker. I feel very bad. Banker text is probably like Banker's text boxes are probably some of the worst to deal with. Because it's like what? We're on JP. Yeah, I know, but still JP is very hard to maneuver still too. I know English sucks too. Both of them suck in their own ways.
Oh yeah, I was saying we can't read it. So it's harder.
Oh, we can. Oh yeah, we can't even read it. Yeah, true. It's mainly the combination, the fact that they're slow. Some of them are very small, and it's just awkward. Like, then you have to maneuver the menu for the money, which that one's not that bad. But typically, if you're just blind mashing it, you're going to just immediately hit 0-0, and then they're gonna give you more text that's gonna be like, "Hey, dummy, you didn't take out any money." Unfortunate, though, missing the Hasuian. Gets the Hes.
Oh, you mean the super slide?
Oh yeah, the super slide. My bad. Yeah.
It's all good.
That was just a super slide because it's not being extended, right? I don't know the differences between Hess and super slides. Like,
so it's not hyper extended. Obviously, that's the only difference. Kappa.
yeah, but
Yeah, I don't know who came up with the names. It's just they're cool names, but they're the weirdest names ever. So
yeah,
basically, the big difference between a Hess and a super slide is Hess is you start out with the max speed of 18 or 17.95, whatever it ends up being in negative, and you're able to angle change and keep that speed. With a super slide, you're stuck in going the exact same direction. The difference being that you can actually angle change a super slide. We call those extended super slides or ESSs. That's where you get the name for ESS position on the control stick, extended super slide position. But typically you're going to lose speed, and so whenever you want to angle change, you always want to do a Hess. That way you don't lose that speed, especially for like if you're going in Woods of Mystery or in Swamp area. If you're doing the Zora Hess, that I'm sure Dope will do. There's another super slide coming up.
So they're very similar in tricks. Is it different in the inputs that they're going to be doing? Like,
Yes, they're well. They're different in the fact that you have to start out with ESS with the Hess immediately, but with super slide, ESS is not necessarily necessary at the start of the trick, but it will be if you do it ESS later on.
okay, gotcha. I did not know that's actually where ESS got the name, because I know ESS is used in literally everything. Like that term is used for the dead zone, or like the edge of the dead zone for a control stick, or a lot of maneuvers, because we have to do it for Twilight Princess and many other games. We have to do ESS things, right? Like a lot of speedruns use ESS in the language when like referring to that, which is kind of crazy. I had no clue it actually
didn't realize
came from
how
the fact
widespread it
that
was. Yeah. Yep,
it's just
that's-
usually used to refer to that dead zone or that small point where there's like a minimal movement you'd get, or like that really slight amount on the edge of the dead zone.
well,
For TP,
right,
we use it
right
for
past the
really,
dead
really
zone.
precise. Yeah, we use it for very, very precise shots, basically. In the claw shot, so things like air alpha skip, we use it for. Other things like that.
I see. We have some precise hookshot jumps, but none in this route, if I recall correctly. Do we have hookshot and Snowhead?
I do not believe they're gonna do the hookshot and snowhead. Actually, wait. Yes, there is. If you get the what's it called? Action swap with Tattle.
Yes.
Right when you enter, then you go and do that really, really precise that hook shot right there. Those two hook shots are very, very similar to each other. Like they're like, though I've heard some runners say that the air alpha skip one is easier, but they're both pretty much the same thing. A very precise hook shot. One you have a timing, or one you have to do in a small amount of time. The other you kind of have as much time as you want to get it.
I see. Yeah, the MM1 does require some timing, but usually it's not. The timing thing is very. Well, it might be the other way around. I guess is what I'm saying. You have to wait forever for it to actually matter.
Yeah.
Because you slowly go up and down. The link goes up and down slowly, but it's.
Oh
usually
yeah, true. There is one other difference though. One Air Alpha skip will tell you when you actually have it. It will show the marker that you can go and hookshot to it. So we don't have to actually like predict if we're on it.
Yeah, that must be nice, Kappa.
It is nice, but it would be very, very brutal if we didn't have that in the 5 seconds we have to do the shot. I think it's... Yeah, it's actually... I think it's around 5 seconds, right? It's actually RNG based when he hits you, so it's kind of like up in the air, because he can kind of hit on... There's like an... he can hit you on whatever frame he chooses, right? There's like a frame window between which he will go for an attack on you, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, yeah.
You know, more normal Zelda stuff. We have Dope already having...
Oh, we got the Zest. Nice.
What the...
So that is a Zest. That is a Zora ESS. Going back to ESS tricks. So you can actually maintain your swim speed by holding ESS while you're still swimming. And I've seen a couple of runners, they start a new swim. I assume your speed is fastest when you start to swim. I don't know for certain though. And then by holding your ESS, you can actually begin an ESS. It's a forward ESS basically on land. So long as you don't jump or anything. Not going to do that.
I've heard it. I've like heard the name Zest, right? I have never seen it beforehand. I do believe that's the first time I've ever seen a Zest.
They're the most amazing tricks ever. Yeah.
They're actually absolutely. Oh my goodness! And Dope pops off with that jump there. That is. I know that one is decently hard to get.
It's not consistent. I'll give it that much, unless you practice a lot. So, you got good at that. As Dope usually does.
Dope is from what I've seen, because I've gotten to see him do mainly just the no SRM Hundo route, he is very, very good at a lot of the stuff in this game. He's very good and consistent with tricks. He's good at playing very consistent towards his times, and being good at getting, like, a lot of the stuff very
I think he tried showing off for a recoil flip there with snapping the camera, but he mistimed it, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I feel like that's always risky to go for stuff like that. Alright, we have a standard...
Because I know there's been testing of the other one, right? Where you go only for two, you only use two chews to climb up there. Because you can do a 2-chew, and then you can do the mega flip.
Yeah, 1 bomb, 2 chew, and then you can do it. It's a way harder. Yeah, but it does give you an extra chew to save later on.
The chew is very nice too, considering this route is like okayishly tight on explosive rally. It's not like the tightest route out there, because I know the 114 route is like brutal in explosives compared, but
it can be tight, especially if you do pirate fight skip. I don't know if Dope does it. I truly might do it. I don't think so though.
Pirate fight skip. Oh, that's the one pirate that you can skip by.
He was one of those super swims you were talking about.
Yeah.
Would have been.
Unfortunately, he dropped it there. He surfaced, which cancels you out of it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was practicing this. One of my randos went very bad, and then I was like, I had Jake teach me how this works, and so I messed around with it for a while. And it is extremely fun. I'm not gonna lie. I was very impressed by how fun it is to do super swimming in this game and not Wind Waker.
I completely... Well, I can't say against Wind Waker, but I completely agree that super swims are very fun to perform. In Majora's Quest.
Unfortunate. I think he went for the turn a little bit too early there and got caught.
Well, I think what happened there is he dropped ESS for just a frame after pausing, but then he got ESS again because you guys saw that ESS shuffle. And because he dropped it for a frame, that just completely stopped the Hess.
It immediately stops your speed, right? If you ever drop ESS, it drops the speed.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
And thank you, Bigo Thought, for the raid.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Raiders. I hope you're ready for some ADR.
It's a fun category. I'm totally not biased.
It is a very interesting category compared to a lot of the other stuff I've seen. I don't think this is a category for me entirely in terms of running, but it's very fun to watch. Like, it's not too long. It's got a lot of, like, chunk to it, though. You get to see every dungeon. You get to see a good chunk of every bit of the game, which I find very nice.
Yeah, we get to have the Pirates Fortress back in. A lot of people like it just for the...
The movement's cool. Pirates Fortress movement, I think, is genuinely pretty cool. A lot of the stuff that it gets done in there.
Yep. Here's that. He had a slow Hess for the Zora. So now he's gonna have to just walk around. And Zora is tall enough, he can just run right through this area.
Actually, yeah, two of the transformations are able to do this. Goron and Zora are both able to just like Goron can just roll straight through, but we're not getting that transformation mask.
Zora can swim, but it requires the shallow Zora glitch. And I read on ZSR, I forgot, I want to look back into this. There's a way that you can cancel it without just taking the mask back off, but I haven't figured it out. It sounds convoluted. You have to bonk or something, and then that stores a ground jump is what it said, and then you have to
Oh my goodness.
store fins through that ground jump or something. Yeah, that would be interesting if we could do it, but I haven't figured it out yet.
So this is something I've been messing around with. So like typically whatever I watch through these, I will mess around with. Oh, Dope is going for this other one. I didn't realize. I know some people do the Zora fin one. Whereas you can use the Zora fin. Yeah, the fin. You can like do the jump attack with the Zora, right? And it will like make you could just go through the guards.
Yeah,
Zora clip. That one I can't get. Like I tried to mess around and get that on my own. I couldn't get that. I could get this trick though. I did get the hover up here. This camera is so. It is wonky as all get out to try and get this.
Yes.
Just the camera and flying back in.
There's another way to get past the guards if you like Hess past them, or through them I should say. And then you can usually what you'll do is you'll get ISG before the Hess, and then you'll Hess back through, and then you don't have to get ISG from the sign.
Yeah, I've seen that setup. I think that's something they do in one of the Hundo routes, I think, is used.
Nice. You can do it in this route too.
I know you can also recoil flip through the guards, like as human or Zora, like.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I knew that actually.
I think you just need a certain amount of speed to get through them, like a certain amount of height or speed to get through those guys, and so that's why recoil has all that stuff just works.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, if you were to start it right next to them, and you can do that if you pause for the backflip, because A button also stocks the num first.
Ooh, look at that super swim coming from Truly. Nice. Drops it right by the end, unfortunately, but he did make it further. Hopefully we'll see even better ones coming up here soon.
Yes.
So, good night, Harm. Thank you for being here.
Hopefully you did well on the bingo.
I actually still love that in this game. There's just the giant thud you get after getting the song. That was a really clean Hess.
It was.
From Truly. The unfortunate thing was that pause was a little bit, but like, it was very, very good.
Yeah, it's hard to do it pauseless. Another swag inverted cam by Truly. Oh, I need to side up.
Truly's just popping off with these inverted cams. We've got Dope doing inverted, flying with a Deku too.
Well, I wouldn't call that inverted, but yeah.
I mean, just flying backwards, pretty much.
Yes.
How much harder is it to do an inverted like backwalk there? Is it just different timings for the inputs for the camera?
It's all good. Yeah, gotcha. So for it, I think it's a frame difference. So the earlier frame gives you the quick turn, is what we call it. So that's where the camera just snaps back. It doesn't have to like rotate back. It just snaps in position. And then the inverted cam is a frame later, and of course that's where you have Link facing the opposite direction of the camera. And you can actually face different directions. It doesn't have to be inverted per se, but that's usually what we get because we're always backwalking when we do it. Nearly, except for SRM setups. Alright, Truly got that Zora Hess. Very nicely done.
Nice, we see Dope over on the other side, just sliding past these, like whatever these enemies are called, I have no clue.
That's her name, Hip Loops. It's the weirdest name ever.
Hip Loops? Really?
Yes.
I thought they... I thought they'd be like known as like a deviation of like the Helmasaur, because like later on they get like the little helmets like the Helmasaurs do from TP. But like,
or like
no.
needles or something.
Yeah,
hip
like
loop.
anything. No, hip loops. Like,
Might be a
You know, that-
Japanese thing. I don't know.
honestly, hey, you know what? We just saw that. We just saw the maneuver coming out from Truly right there doing the Zora clip there.
Nice.
Yep, picking up his fairy. He's about to dupe over his stick and his nut.
Getting
Or not
ready for
dupe,
the fight.
it's whatever it's called. This is just known as... Yeah, this is just bottle duping, right? Yeah, it is just bottle dupe, right?
ESS dupe, bottle dupe. We prefer ESS just because. Well, is there another bottle dupe segment or trick? In Ocarina of Time, they can do so many bottle dupes, it's not even funny. But in MM, we're stuck with generally just ESS duping or like curiosity dupes.
Yep. Curiosity dupes are used mainly to, like, plow tons of money, right? Just to get, like, absolutely insane amounts of money. Because you'll just dupe over a, what's it called? Like the Big Poe or Gold Dust, and you just get lots of money in routes that need to get the bank card piece.
Yeah, that and the All Knights mask.
Oh, yeah, true. I'm getting the 500 for all nights.
They used to do it all the time back in the day, I think. Probably before they knew about the SS dupes, I think. But I don't know how far back that was, so.
So we're gonna see Dope going to Pinnacle Rock. I wonder how he's going to go for. I wonder how long he'll keep the chain of swing up. The fastest form of movement. The fastest form of movement with swimming is hopping up in the air during these like the segments when you're swimming here. Just like we're seeing Dope. This is the fastest movement you can have, and he gets it literally all the whole entire way.
Nice.
That's really hard to do.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think I've heard that you want your smaller dolphin dive jumps if you can, because that will allow you to do more hops, but that doesn't matter for this segment specifically.
I know if you're going in a straight direction, it's better to get like those thin hops, like where you don't want to go too high because you're losing momentum then, because you're getting height instead of momentum, right? So you're trying to keep like low dives,
right?
But hopping up and down repetitively.
Yep.
Which Dope did amazing there, and also that segment is extremely hard to. It's just hard to get it. Like that's like there are some tight areas where you will get cut off and hit by the load zone.
Oh yeah.
And to chain it the whole entire way is impressive. Always to see it. I mean, to be fair, that's
not going for the dolphin, for the fairy dive.
What is that dive called there where you get eaten by the eel and then fall all the way down?
Well, I think what's happening is you're in a cutscene, and when you're in a cutscene state, water just doesn't work as you intended. So I guess you could just call it a cutscene dive, technically, even though he's not really in a cutscene. It's just that he's stuck in that state.
How do you end up performing that? Is it like you hit sync before you go into the eel?
Nah, I think you literally just get eaten by the eel and mash out. I don't think... Or you use Magic Shield to get out or something? I think it's Magic Shield. Like,
okay.
It's not... I don't think
it's
there's
nothing
much
too hard.
it.
It's actually pretty just...
Yeah, I'm sure anyone can do it. I think it might be JP only. I don't know if it can be done in English, though. So,
I have not
seen it on JP.
I don't think I've seen it done on English, so I would imagine it's a JP only.
I agree.
It's JP only? Okay.
Dope.
Good to know, Dope.
Oh, okay, UDS. To activate Magic Shield, yeah. Get out of it. Falling state, you mash B. Okay, so yeah, you can stop the falling state by mashing B specifically. Okay. Like UDS Star Mine.
Nice. Good to know. So if I'm not able to do, because I'm not... Yo, that's crazy. You got the stick there. Truly just got a, like, kind of a rare drop from one of the Deku Scrubs there, where he gets a stick early. Does that actually save time over breaking the jar one?
Yeah, yeah, you don't have to break the jar then. It's a little less movement. It's nice when you do it. Then you can just break the stick on the L, for example. Because sticks also open the L's. Because
So-
there's also the legendary sword that the elves want, you know?
One thing I wondered too is like, so we just watched Truly turn into human there, and then they're gonna drink the potion and then get the fairy. But how long? Like, so I know I've talked a little bit with Jake about this, but like, do we know the difference in the like timings between the different transformations and their like timings of drinking the potion? Because like,
Yeah. So,
I'm
like,
pretty sure Deku is the fastest, right? Like Deku is straight up the fastest. He like instantly drinks and then like just poof.
Yeah, like in Glitchless, they specifically try to make sure their equips work out so that they can drink the red potion right before getting the spring water as Deku. I don't know if it works out still nowadays for that, but oh yeah, I don't even need spring water, I think. But that is one of the goals if you can do it. But if you had to add in 2 transformations, like nowadays, Glitches doesn't really need to do it anywhere. It's not worth it anywhere.
Yeah, I was about to say though, right where it truly was, like he had the chance to actually drink the potion before transforming and then going over.
I don't know if it works out with the pauses, because you also have to think about equips, and when you're doing the dupes, you want to try to get all of the things that you need to dupe out at the same time. So, as long as it doesn't introduce an extra pause, like specifically just to equip the red potion, then I think it's fine, but...
He had Deku Mask there and he transformed before drinking the potion, so what he did was I wonder how the pauses would work out there. I think it would still be the same amount there. Drink potion, you would drink potion, then transform, take out the stick and the nut, get fairy, break stick, right. Dupe.
Sounds worse.
Human. Yeah. It's so weird watching like people just go past that first guard, by the way. Like,
well, we're used to it. English version, I'm sure, when we were growing up, and on the English version, you always got caught no matter what day it was, or if it was day or night.
Well, on JP, they're able to just sneak past. I find it crazy just how many little small things are different between the 2 versions of English and JP.
It's asinine how different they are. They might as well be different games in some instances, but obviously they have to be. They're so close.
I don't know why Nintendo does that so often. Like, this isn't the first game where they do it. Other examples would be games like Luigi's Mansion, where like PAL just has like extra stuff in it for fun. Yeah. Nice. Basically for their like the hidden mansion in there, it's inverted, it's longer, and it's harder. There's extra mechanics.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It actually is, and I'm like, why did you not have this in every version of the game? But
maybe they think that the Europeans are better gamers than us, the Americans.
Apparently they thought the JP kids were insane calculators because they made them go to the millisecond for a postman.
Yeah, really. Well, that's a VC issue specifically, but yeah.
Oh, I mean, still the differences between English and JP postman, like one's just way harder still, right? Like it's still more difficult even without the VC issue.
No, I think that's specifically JP versus well, I don't know actually. I don't know why it's different, honestly. I just know that JP on VC specifically is weird.
It's to the, I know it's weird, but like English is to the 10th, while JP is to the 100th of the second, which makes it a thinner window.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That is it. Yeah. I didn't get any copy.
I wonder if... No, you're all good. We are both getting up. Like, we are both just like, That's a cool hook shot right there. That's actually really nice. I didn't know you could skip that one. He is not doing the pirate skip, unfortunate.
He doesn't have the explosives for it. You gotta route it.
Yeah.
Well, route ahead of time, one, and then... I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention to explosives. I think he didn't waste any explosives, did he?
No, I really don't think he has. I think he's maybe burned like 1 extra to something to a single trick, but like that's not super demanding.
Yeah.
I think he's just choosing, like, I just don't think he has the route for, like, having enough explosive naturally. Let's go over the fish in the middle of the fight. Oh, you can stack both the cutscenes together?
You can, yes.
Nice.
That is allowed in Glitchless, I believe, by the way.
So that cutscene, you're skipping the bottle cutscene. Alright, I see.
Well, it's overlapping cutscenes, is what it is. It's a different cause. You're not skipping it by opening up a new load zone, basically.
Gotcha. I do like the fact that runners will take like they'll go to the sides of there. I don't know why he didn't side hop in there. I think that was just a mishap.
The goal
But I do
there
like-
is to try to land on the treasure chest, and if you're on the treasure chest, you can actually still get the Azora egg, and so
Oh.
you cut out trying to go down to the very bottom and back up. It just
I had no clue.
Mm.
I was gonna talk about the fact that like I know people will side hop or backflip into there so they can instantly sink and like get to the bottom really quickly. That's
does
crazy.
something to do that, though. Yes.
I didn't know you could just land on the treasure chest and get it.
Yeah, I did.
The more I learn.
Right here.
I've got a lot to learn. I'm new to this game, so for me, it's a lot of it is learning and adjusting to the differences of MM. And this game's got a lot of categories and a lot of things.
Even
So-
for quote-unquote experts, I'm sure we have a lot to learn. Like, I'm still learning, trying to dive into Epona warps and a lot of different Epona glitches that are just crazy asinine. Like,
There's so many different things like in this game, like even like, and that's just taking into account the fact that there's like a split difference between SRM categories and normal categories without SRM, right? So the amount of differences there are in routes, different things you can learn, it's insane.
it's fully customizable, so to speak.
It actually is. And then you look at the game and how the fact that we have two of them because English and JP are just that different, so they're just considered different games half the time.
Yeah.
Even more interesting enough, if people want to know like differences between English and JP, like even it comes down to tricks. Like power crouch stabbing is in JP MM, but not English MM. Other things, weird shots, followed by I believe Hesses are harder to land, or have more crashing. Weird shot definitely has more crashing that can occur.
Yes, weird shot can crash, and your second framer, if you're aware of the frames, will actually give a completely different, not a completely different, but a different camera position. I think it's offset to the right, and on JP it's offset to the front, or the other way around. I don't remember which. And then, what was the other one? Hesses, I think, are the same. I'm not aware of any differences. You can crash on both of them for Hesses.
Oh, you can just crash on both? I thought in English there's like an extra frame you can crash on or something like that.
Maybe, but I'm not aware. I haven't tested the frames for Hesses. I haven't compared them, anyways.
I just know the weird shot one is 100%. The Hess one, I don't know. That one could be just like me going crazy. I'm bad at Hess
I don't
anyway,
blame
so
you.
like, I'm bad at a lot of bomb tricks right now. Like for me, I can do recoils, I can do perfect recoils, I can do everything like that. But when it comes to mega flips, Hess slides, yeah, no, not yet.
Yeah.
That's its own
you know what?
world.
I think it's mega flips that are different. They can crash if you're in the air specifically.
Oh, that's okay. That's actually probably what I'm thinking of then. Yeah.
Yeah. So on
We're about
English. Whoa, you can grab that side of the ledge and not get caught? I did not know that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Over here we have Dope setting up for cutscene skip here. Whatever this one is called, is it Great Bay Rising cutscene skip? Whatever.
Maybe hand skip. New Wave Bossa Nova. Wait, no,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. TCS. Turtle Cutscene Skip. Ugh.
Yeah, Turtle cutscene skip. There we go. I was like, I am not familiar with names enough to know. He did land it. Good job, Dope.
And
Now he might be going
Followed
for
by
another one known as PCS. I am figuring he's gonna go for.
he's got the explosives.
Yeah, he's 100% going. Yeah, if he's going over to this side and hooking over here, that's 100%. So I know that there's existing parts of the turtle that like don't have like the actual cutscene or won't like trigger you going.
Yeah. So how it works out is, I don't know exactly the shape of it, but basically surrounding both of the trees, at least for that area, the load zone or the cutscene trigger for the load zone, whatever you want to call it, does exist. Unfortunately, it looks like he failed it, so we're gonna have to watch that pirate cutscene right now.
Unfortunate, Dope. It's okay. Truly is going for a whack setup here to do this maneuver. That's interesting. I did not know you could just like side hop it and then just jump slash. I am way more used to people just doing the run and gun where you just like go straight through.
as well. There's a little setup. If you exit from that door, the hookshot door, then you can do, I think it's a couple side ups, and then do it as Zora specifically. You do a downright shield turn, I believe it is. Then it lines up pretty nice.
No, it's not too bad. This cutscene, out of any of the cutscenes we could watch, I'm pretty okay with this one. This one's kind of fun. You know, you get the pirates, they're going in, and they just get wrecked by the tornado.
They do. It's great.
I like how these pirates, like, they are not that smart. These pirates, like, for people who have somehow have a hook shot in chest that they just sit there. They also take a bunch of Zora eggs that they do nothing with.
Then they have all these hookshot towers that are loaded all throughout their fortress that they never realized they could use. Or somebody, well...
I know, the architect was like, it's just aesthetically pleasing, I guess. He was like, yeah. Look
let's
at this.
just not throw it down the bottom of the ocean or anything.
Really unfortunately missing the dupe there. Dope also missing.
Oh, he missed the Great Bay, or the boss load zone.
Yeah, he did. He actually, I think he had a bad angle.
Oof.
Because I think his recoil was perfect, but I think he missed it. He missed it again!
I think he was a little early. You don't want to be at all
Yeah,
early. Like, you have 2 frames of latency, I think.
Yeah, you have 2 frames, so it's like big red, big blue, right? On it, or whatever they
3
call it.
frames
I know.
if your angle is really good, but he's not doing a setup like that.
Yeah. This is something that we do directly take from, what's it called? This is something that we do in Rando often, so like... This is something I'm fully aware of. Like, this one is also a super cool trick. Like, it's nice to just be able... We call it a boss key skip, even though it's literally a complete tempo skip. It's missed again, really? Is that early?
Couldn't tell that time. But this is one of those setups where you have to curve it just a little bit. So if he doesn't curve it enough, or if it curves too far, it can be relatively easy to miss it. Because you're trying to land on the corner of the load zone, pretty much. And we're approaching it at a diagonal. So you can't be too far, you can't be too little.
I want to learn this method really badly. It looks very, very good.
There are a lot of different setups for this. There's even one that uses the bow to blow out the bomb early, or there's another one that chains bombs so that the first bomb blows up the second bomb blows up the third bomb, so you're on the timer of the first bomb, and then you have to get into position real quick.
That's crazy. That sounds really fun, though. Like,
It does, yes.
I mean, it sounds a lot more fun than going through Great Bay Temple.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I don't know about you, I am not... Okay, he's going for a much safer setup here. I know there is, like, using the Zora fins, you can aim a really good angle, and this should give you...
That should work.
That's a good recoil, yep. Easy. Your recoils were bad? Okay, thanks, Dope, for letting us know. I was curious on why.
Yeah, I don't blame people for buffering that one. It's a good thing there's an infinite supply of bombs.
Yeah, actually that room, it makes it really nice to like learn recoils and perfect timing recoils in that room because of how like, it's just free. You have HP there, so if you mess up, you can go get HP. You have bombs, so you're just loaded. You basically have infinite tries.
Oh yeah. Alright. Let's see what strats he uses for Guyurk. Is he gonna skip using the hookshot transformation in second phase? Or is he gonna try to do a new strat? New strat is in the works right now. It's RNG
What is the
dependent.
new strat?
The new strat is at the beginning of phase 2, so there's that little cutscene where he spits out the baby fish. That's coming up here.
Yeah.
The new strat basically tries to stun him as soon as possible while you're in the water, so you don't go back up at all onto the platform.
Oh, so you're just going you're going headstrong right into him. Okay, I get what you mean. This is something that you can like. Oh, he's not doing it, but
it's really early in the making though. We don't have a. I don't know if anybody's decided on how exactly to do it yet, so I don't blame it at all for not doing it.
It is really interesting because you can try and challenge him because he's gonna start he's programmed to gun it for you and try and eat you pretty much right after the cutscene, right? If you get to him early enough, you can...
several frames, yes.
Yeah, so you only have a limited amount of time because when he's trying to, you cannot knock him down, right? There is no. Yeah. He's invincible.
Yes. So the RNG comes into play for which direction that Guyurk actually goes into. So if he's too far to the left, too wide to the right, then you can't really hit him in time to stun him and then go for the attacks. But if he goes right for you, then you have a couple options. So the idea right now is if he goes too far, then to go retreat back to the central platform, I think, or to manipulate his trying to eat you pattern. So you can actually
because you can dodge him eating you, right? Like if you do it correctly.
Yes. Yeah. So the strat that THP was working on was going onto the ground and then trying to spin around in circles and try to make sure he ends up close to the platform. That way you're closest to the platform, because in this category, or at least in ADS, I don't remember which category, you had the Song of Time storage and you don't want to press swim, so you have to like manually swim over back to the platform after you kill Gaior.
So you want to be closer to the platform so you don't have to swim as much. Also, the person who asked about the rules, this is ADR, all dungeons restricted, meaning that few tricks are banned in this category of Majora's Mask. We're going to complete all 4 dungeons. We're not allowed to use the tricks known as Equip Swap, Index Warping, SRM, Text Overflow. Those are the major ones that are pretty much banned. Also, this song is 100%, because we don't have Moon Warp, you're going to have to get oath to order, right? This is the only cutscene we're going to watch, typically, in this run, by the way. Like, of the cutscenes you get for beating the dungeons, this is the only one runners will be watching, or are intended to try and watch, in order to get this.
Sorry, man, I had to BRB. Our dinner is supposedly being delivered, but it might have gotten lost in transit, so I'm not really sure what happened to it.
Yep, and you're
Anyways,
welcome for the... Yep, you're all good. Someone asked about the rules, so I just gave them like very quick rundown of what is banned, what is not in this.
Gotcha.
Trying to get my head around it so I can do better commentating for this category, because this one is like completely foreign. Jake was like, "Hey, Keaton, you should commentate this. You know nothing on this. Come in."
Hey, you're willing. That's all I ask for.
I like to learn these games. Like I like to learn. Unfortunately, missing TCS over here. That really sucks for Truly. This is kind of an unfortunate cutscene to have to watch. If you miss TCS, you don't go for PCS, right? You immediately just go. Right?
Yes. Yeah, you don't want to go back into the load zone at all, because that's going to bring up a quick cutscene for the introduction of the area, and you don't want to watch that at all. So you just go straight for it. Typically, is he Song of Soaring? Oh, I'm watching the wrong side. Sorry. Yes, you go right back into the load zone. Yes.
We have Dope over here, who beforehand, when opening up Woodfall, warped out using the Song of Soaring. Is coming back after way later, just to come back here, clear up Woodfall. This dungeon actually is not too rough of a dungeon. But we're pretty much picking up the bow and then going over and going to the boss room, right? That's pretty much all we do.
Yep.
Hookshot allows you to...
very few waypoints.
Literally, Hookshot pretty much allows you to destroy the dungeon. All intended things are literally just broken instantly. Rando stole from this category like crazy. Like, all of this stuff is just on here. Like, you learn it. The jump slash up there is really cool. Typically, you have to grab the ledge, but if you get a well-timed jump slash there, and then you spin your stick, you'll immediately just be able to move after getting up there.
Yep. Jump slash cancels. They're fun to learn.
They're fun to learn.
You gotta be careful.
Are they in?
You don't want to hit the switch.
They're only in MM, right? That's literally an MM exclusive thing.
I believe so. I don't think they were not going to time. I could be wrong. I don't think so. But they also don't work for sticks for some reason in Majora's Mask. So they're not like universal to all melee weapons.
Yeah, but luckily we can store the damage of a stick jump slash onto our Kokiri sword, so we wouldn't really have to care too much.
Yeah.
Luckily, power crouch tab existing in JP makes things a lot nicer in this category. We'll see its use in the Majora fight 100%. The fact that we still have it. I hate this clip, by the way. I've tried to get this one. I have no clue how it works.
Oh, it's not that bad. That wall that he targeted just there, you can actually do a side hop and jump slash, and that lines you up just right.
Okay. It's just one of those things of not having enough experience. So you just mainly have to follow. So that's Song of Time storage. You have to play Song of Time and Void Out on the same in the same time. How do you guys
playing? Yes.
Yeah, while the song is playing, not after it's done. If it's completed and you get the text box before you void, that's wrong, right? And you'll get a really awkward result.
Yeah, you won't get anything as far as I know, because there's no text after that. Is there?
What am I? I don't think so. I think you just don't get it, right? Because you voided out while the text is up, so it just goes away.
Yeah, as far as I know, yes.
One thing I wanted to ask, how do you guys get off the edge to play the song? I know you guys just B attack and then ocarina, right? And then fall. I always struggle to fall off the edge with it.
There are only so many frames but that work for that, so I can understand struggling. So if you're Zora still, it helps to hold B as far as I know, and doing that is going to... What does it do? It does something, I don't remember, but if you hold B while you're mashing your ocarina, or for some of us, we time it, we do a tap-tap, and then the second tap usually gives us ocarina. It does something. I think it has something to do with trying to aim the rangs, and that pushes you forward, basically. Or
gotcha.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
I
looked into it
it's something I've messed with, trying to learn in terms of because I wanted to do interesting areas you can use it is resetting, but not having using Song of Time when it's not when you're at the end of a cycle and you want to stay on this or keep doing what you've already done, so you reset the cycle there.
Or you mean a day reset?
Yeah, a day reset there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried messing with that just to learn it, and I've always struggled with I've struggled to fall with the ocarina to get that set up.
Yeah, if you're human, then there is specifically one frame that works. So it helps to learn that frame, and on top of that, you want to do a slash, left to right horizontal slash. So you just hold right while you're slashing. And then I think it's this frame that the sword is to the right most or somewhere around there. So if you want to pause buffer it, I would recommend that if you're doing it as human, just do a slide slash, buffer to that frame. And then, when you're unbuffering, do your ocarina inputs.
Quick explanation of what Dope just did there. Basically, why he got the Song of Time storage was so that you basically, when you go in the menu, any form of text will open that the Song of Time storage that you have. It will open it back up. You kill the boss. You have to do it before you kill the boss because you're not actually able to have the prompt come back up, right? Wait, you can't even open that. Can you open even the pause menu when you kill the boss?
You can do it. The issue is that you're not allowed to Song of Time or Warp Out or anything after that. So it gives you your notes echoed far, but nothing happened text. So you have to pop it up before that. Then once you get the remains, you're able to immediately hit yes, it saves, and then you're able to leave. You just reset the console and you'll have the remains. That essentially skips the long cutscenes with all the giants, because each giant has a cutscene, and we're, like I said, we only need the first one to get Oath to Order. We're restocking on good luck.
What, Oath to Order? Yeah, you actually can't get it, right? You soft locked the file.
From what I know, yes.
You were actually stuck, because it does count you as because it will count you as saving the first dungeon, meaning it thinks you've already gotten the song, and it won't let you get it.
And the dungeon order doesn't matter specifically, so it's literally the first dungeon that you beat. So it can be any dungeon that you do, but whatever it is, do not skip that first one.
So everyone's probably looking at this right now. You're like, why is Dope going back to Woodfall? Well, we're going to do another, use the Great Fairy. We're going to hop from this Great Fairy to the next Great Fairy. This one's going to be a lot harder. This one's going to use a thing, or we're going to do a trick known as Lullaby Skip in order to skip having to get Goron's Lullaby, and skip many, many cutscenes in between. The whole process of getting Goron is extremely long. I think it's by far the longest of the transformation masks. Getting them, well, I guess Deku you have to get, but that's also a long-ass one, too.
Yeah, it's cutscene related, yes, it's long, but if you count the entirety of first cycle going towards it, then it would easily be the longest mask to get. Yeah. But that's also, like, BS rules. Arbitrary, so.
Yeah. For Goron, though, you would have to get... Lens of Truth is a mandatory in order to get Goron anyway, so you're going to have to get Lens of Truth. Right now, he is trying to make sure that he doesn't fall off by slashing. Slashing doesn't allow you to fall off ledges. Doesn't get ISG off that bomb. He's going to need to...
Glitchless considered that to be hovering nowadays. We had a little spat with Lullaby Skip, and so that was mainly used in Glitchless. We can no longer do that anymore.
Oh, what? Doing what?
Slashing against the ledge while the wind is pushing you. Sometimes you get pushed off and you're floating, and then you get pushed back on sometimes. It's really weird. In
That
Glitchless,
is-
they actually had to use the transformation mask if they found that was happening so that they didn't go straight down and plummet to avoid after they finished slashing.
So unfortunately, with this trick, there is RNG with some of how the wind affects you. You can get like good RNG, bad RNG. Right now, Dope is going to be performing a Hess, which is very, very
Super slide.
yeah, Hess, yep. Or it's just a super slide. My
Slide.
bad. It's not a Hess. This one's just a slide because
Yes.
you don't need to make any major turns, right?
Right.
The wind will turn for you. Let's go.
If you're lucky,
Yes,
it'll
this-
turn you. Yes. And on English, when they do it for ADS, other than standard, they do a Hess back this way though. So you're half right. I forgot about that.
I have no clue. I still have to just remember the difference between those two, like always. Like that's something I'm just gonna have to slowly adapt to.
You'll get it down.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit weird coming from a Zelda game that's considered like later gen. Like I would consider like Wind Waker, TP, and SS all like kind of in like a later gen of things, and then you have, you know, of course, Breath of the Wild, which I would say is like the most current one, and then MM and U are kind of grouped together in my heads.
Yeah, they're in an odd spot, being like from a relic of the past and not being a relic of the past.
Yeah, well, Wind Waker, TP, and SS, the only reason why I consider them all put together or like kind of in the same generation with each other is the fact they all like are kind of made on similar engines or very similar engines, right? And they can do a lot. Some of their tricks are like just stay with each other, like back in time being in all three. I do believe he got the action swap there, right? Like, yeah, he did. Good. So right there, he's I don't know how that action swap works. I'm not gonna lie. I really don't get that one. I know how action swap works. I don't know how that one works with a tattle box.
The main difference is that it's a set text, so you have to make sure that when you get into position for it, that you're already doing it. There we go. So you have to make sure that you have the prerequisites, which is having your. Oh, he dropped down. Sorry, it's just a little funny what's going on the screen. He initiated a cutscene that happens when you walk through that door, which is typically the first door that you enter to get into that room, and then that starts cutscene. And then you're able to walk during that cutscene for the first part of it. Just looked a little funny. So
and then he fell all the way down. Yeah, that was hilarious.
yeah. So the action swap, you have to make sure you have the hook shot in your hand, and then when you're doing the side up, you have to drop target, and that's always annoying to remember. You have to drop target, and then you have to press the stick while you're specifically the frame before the text starts, so it's like right as you land. A lot of people will describe it as while you're like at the peak of your jump because it's a reaction thing. I think it's one of those bizarre things that you just have to get muscle memory for, and then that results in if you get the stick sound with hook in hand, you get it.
Yeah, it's because the action of like instead of actually taking out the stick, you remain with the previous action, which is any first. You can also do with bow, I believe, too. The exact same thing can be done with bow, right?
I believe so, yes.
You could do the trick with bow, but you have hook shot already in hand. And you're gonna need hook shot, which just saves an equip. But
Yeah, it looks like Truly's having a little bit of a time. He was out of bounds, I thought. Oh, maybe it just looked like he was. Is he? Yeah, he's still out of bounds, right?
He is out of bounds. He is completely out of bounds.
He's trying to get into the corner for some reason. It just looks strange to me.
Buffering really hard for this mega. Understandable. I know this one is Woodfall is a really rough dungeon to get used to.
Yes. Yeah, you have to go really far out.
Yeah, this boss skip is quite difficult. It is not something to scoff at. Honestly, but that's most tricks in MM though are pretty difficult overall. I think GBT is probably the easiest one of them all to just get through.
If you take out that, then I don't know. It's
Woodfall, Snowhead, like Snowhead as a dungeon is probably easier overall. Period. Like just what you have to do. Getting into Snowhead is absolutely brutal compared to the rest. Woodfall is pretty rough on the inside.
What would you consider Stone Tower to be on that list? Stone Tower,
Stone Tower is probably the. I mean, depends. Left side or right side? Left side definitely the hardest. Right side, not that bad.
Yeah, I agree.
It really depends on the Stone Tower, you know. Like climbing up to Stone Tower, I think is hard in all regards.
Yeah,
why is the? Do you see on Truly's screen how we're watching? Like we just saw the gate like glitched out.
Yes,
like the lock
normal.
on the.
It always
looks
like that from the backside. Yes.
I have never seen that. That is so cool to me. That is my first time watching that.
Yeah, you kind of get used to it looking at like that from the backside. It's weirdly weird. And then if the heart piece is up, how does it look? I think or heart container. If you put the heart container, if you look at it and the door is behind it, the door appears to be in front of it, if I recall correctly. A couple of weird things going on in that room.
So my favorite thing is that shoe mechanic right there, placing that shoe and then getting like it hits all 3 snowballs. I love that. I've heard it's very easy to do too. It's just hilarious. To me, it blows my mind away. The small things.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, Dope just has enough shoes to do this. Wow, that is really good movement. He got his angle. He charged up the bomb early so that it would explode right after he gets there. But he was able to get the angle change and then get a good recoil and then hop in and skip the Bosky.
Oh yeah.
That was a very good chain of events there. I know for a lot of us, or for me, I'm a lot slower. I do the icicle version right now, lining up, using the icicle to help line up. What's even more funny, in Rando, since we have the setting of Fierce DD, like out of boss fights and stuff like that, we can actually just like walk through there. The icicles just push Fierce DD through the door.
Really? I had no idea. That's
yeah.
Wow. Okay. You just like walk through the icicles and
the icicle. Literally, you just you put on Fierce DD, you hold up notch, and the icicles will kind of like move him around, and then he will pretty much just get pushed through the door.
Oh, he was able to go like right past the stalactite.
You know, Dope, that was amazing adjustment. That is quite incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
It was okay, but unfortunately he got the slow cutscene, so Goat actually turned around and went the opposite direction, so he's gonna have a really long walk or super slide. Or a walk, I guess, here, coming up. The goal is to try to get him to die as close to you as possible, and sometimes the stalactites just really screw you over.
And unfortunately, there's actually
been
a new method. Though, yes. I do love the new method that they found for the hundo. Like if you have Great Fairy Sword, I absolutely love it to death. Jake was showing me the 4 fire arrows into a bomb into the wall, into 2 jump slashes, and then spin attack with the Great Fairy Sword. That is amazing, and that is the fastest way currently. But only some routes can do it because Great Fairy Sword's involved, so, you know. It genuinely, I like both methods. I think they're very cool and interesting. I just love the new one. The new one is just kind of... It kind of feels good to get to use the Great Fairy Sword. I think that's one of the coolest weapons that has existed in some of the Zelda games. Like, it's just a giant sword you get on, like, this... Like, and it kind of acts like a stick that doesn't break.
Yeah, it's like a big round sword.
Yeah. I just like the fact that it's not located on the B button. That's like an actual item. I prefer doing my spin attacks on that for some reason. Like, I find that the most comfortable way to do spin attacks.
Yeah, I think when I was younger, I always put it on C for some reason. I don't know why. It just seemed like separate from the other two. Just one of those dumb things I guess I did. Like, when I was a casual, I mean.
Yeah, back in the old days when we were kids and we did fun things. We played the games for the good times.
Yeah, we don't have a timer involved.
Where's Dope going right now?
I don't know. Where is he going? This is such an odd way to go.
Dope? Oh, he's getting milk. Yeah, oh, our bad. Yeah, wait a second. Yeah, he's getting milk.
I thought you were doing a skit. I like to do skits like that.
Oh, no, I'm not smart enough at this game to do that yet. I'm genuinely like, where is he going? Wait a second.
Yep,
I forgot that he's getting milk.
Yeah, so you're going to be able to see, I guess they're calling it drug jump nowadays, which is great. I was hoping to say it was a really cool trick, but it's a cool trick. I helped with it. Hugo is the one who found the original strat for it, though, I think. So it's... I don't know.
Did Joe pick up
Hugo jump
explosives,
strat.
or was he going back to Clocktown to go get explosives?
He's not getting explosives, I think. So it's just how the route works out for some people. He's going to be doing right side later on when it comes down to it.
Yeah, but my problem is that he got money. Why did he get money?
He got it for the milk. It cost.
Oh, it's just for the. Oh yeah, I forgot that milk costs so much.
Yes. Some people, I think the really high runners, if they want to save, what is it, like 8 seconds nowadays, probably with the new left side setup that THP got out, you're gonna get explosives and milk, and then you go all the way up with the jump that he's about to do, and then you do left side later on. But
it does not save much time, and it is very hard. I hear the difficulty difference between these two sides is extreme.
It's insane. Yes.
One is very easy, and we do it often in rando. Right side is not that hard.
Yeah. The setup has already started, by the way. Kappa. So you actually use the lineup from the load zone, and you keep that target.
So you hookshot cancel with the milk right at the top, right? You run all the way up, holding L.
You store the remote hookshot, yes.
Yeah, you do whatever that. I have no clue on the terminology for remote hookshot. I've just done it a bunch of times. So
he's waiting out the boulder cycles. You can do it with the either boulder cycle, but unfortunately the one's really tight. Alright, so we just released a second hookshot, and kaboom. He's up there.
Got it. Very, very good.
The old setup required these really, really dumb diagonals, and normally diagonals in this game, the shield turns for them are pretty consistent, but they were just not consistent enough for that.
I feel like MM shield turns are very inconsistent comparative to dudes. Like MM's shield turns just feel awkward at some areas and can be really weird.
Yeah, the camera it's a lot more free than the Ocarina of Time camera, I guess is one way to describe it.
So I know he's doing a setup here to get through. Unfortunately, misses it. I know if you enter that door like in a precise way, you can get it right.
Yes.
Now he's gonna have to do a bit of a harder method. Oh, he's running out of bombs.
Its diagonal must not be good for this trick. There's a much easier setup, but it requires a very specific controller diagonal. So it's a dice roll, whether the controller works with it or not.
Do you have enough bombs to perform what he needs to here? Yeah, he's gonna be able to refill bombs anyway. Like
as he gets the first try, yes. Yeah. Weird try, yes.
Yeah, he'll be fine if he gets that.
Yes, but there are no other bombs until that point, because he's on the other side of the sunblock, and you would have to hover back, or you can play Song of Soaring to get back, but at that point it's
you've lost a lot of time.
Yes.
So he needs to get this weird shot right here. I'm hoping to watch. We're probably gonna watch him pause by for this one a good amount, to guarantee it.
Well, it is dope, so we don't know.
Dope is like, he's pause buffer. He's like, I don't want my run to die. He really enjoy not having it. Hey, look at the lucky bomb drop. That's good.
Nice.
Have that off the first one. That's 2.
I think
is that
that's
enough?
Yes.
Okay, dope. You're living it. I don't know where you got the RNG.
Interesting. Yeah, so normally you would turn to the left first while the bomb's going off, but that's
why did you just stand there for a second?
So the reason you want to stand there for a second is you're trying to get your HP down to a specific spot. So you know how if you're on fire, so HP in this game, every heart is actually in 16 chunks. And then some forms of damage deal like a quarter a chunk, a quarter of a heart, which is actually 4/16 damage, or 1/4 of a heart. In that case, he's trying to get it down specifically to 3.5 hearts, or 3 and such. That way it looks like 3.5, so it's close. That way, while he's doing the fight, he can actually do what's coming up here. We call it a fast death warp. So he's going to blow himself with a bomb, but right before that, he's going to open up the chest. And what this does, it actually skips the jingle if he gets the right frame to open a chest on and match to the text. Because something about the text that's really weird. So it's
Doesn't it skip the jingle of you like dying or what? Or it skips the jingle of like you dying, the whole sound that plays, and immediately just respawn. Yeah.
Yeah, that it skips that. Yep.
Yep. And he got it.
GG.
And so you immediately go. Good stuff, though. GG to that. Now, I once knew the trick that he's about to do. I have forgotten the trick that he's about to do.
It's just called bow extension.
Yeah, no, I mean, I once knew how to do it, and now I struggle to do it, and I'm, like, disturbed, because I think it's super easy, and I'm like...
It's a little finicky sometimes, but yeah. I'm sure you could get it down again. Alright, time to do right side.
Right side is really simple, and it's quite safe. It's actually, like, right side is very nice. Like, it's not that bad. Nothing in here is too difficult.
Yeah, the left side requires a couple of different megas, and you have to be very specific with at least the first one, which is why it's considered much harder. It's doable, but significantly harder. Gotta store that Song of Time.
Did not play Song of Time correctly there, unfortunately.
It's
he's got Ocarina out right now.
Yes. There you go. So that one, if you start playing Song of Time too early, and with any song storage or anything, or playing songs, if you play it too early, which is before the B button fully shows up, then the first few notes, even though they sound like they play, they do not count towards any songs that you play. Some of the most agitating things, especially for when you only have like 2 seconds to play a song, but
it is what it is. Brutal. I felt that already in Rando, just from trying to play songs well, trying to play Song of Soaring quickly, everything like that, and you're like, why did it not work? Like, what's going on? Right? And it's just like, well, you played too early. Though that's different. I know that there's one instance where that's actually wrong. When playing for the Gossip Stones for that heart piece, you can immediately play.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like there's literally
they do
small
something weird to it. But yeah, you're right.
Like, and I found that hilarious. I was like, okay, that is just kind of MM being built different. Like that's just MM being MM. And
if only it were consistent. But then again, if it were consistent, it would be much less interesting of speedrun, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that we have 2 games, the fact that we have so many different things at once that are interesting, like, it does make this game very different. Like, it definitely is kind of a one-of-kind Zelda. I mean, to be fair, all the Zeldas are really one-of-kind, just different in all each way.
Even Zelda 2 is one-of-a-kind.
I have not seen what Zelda 2 speedruns look like. I don't think I ever wish to.
The speedruns themselves, I'm sure, are very sick. But, yes.
They probably are. I mean, all 3D Zelda games are really, like, they're all different, and they're all interesting, which is kind of cool, to say the least, you know? Like, all of them have such radically different routes. We have one, SS is the back-in-time game, pretty much. Wind Waker, which is, like, what's it called? Wind Waker storage, chest storage, Super Swims, ECT, right? Ocarina, which is an SRM, like, Ocarina, which has a lot of things that are similar to MM, but, you know, SRM. And it's cool that they both have SRM, but use it differently in a lot of unique ways. And then, of course, TP, which is whatever you consider TP to be. A mesh of a bunch of different things. LJAs and back in time.
It's our closest to being a glitchless Zelda.
Yeah, it's actually probably one of the... It's really glitchy, but it's not, like, major.
Yes.
There's so many glitches in that game, but it's just not the same. Like, it's not like it's like, yo, just you go to the end, right? It's like, no, it's like, do all these steps first, then. But that's just because of, like, Nintendo really forcing, especially after, like, what's it called, Wind Waker and stuff like that, forcing layers of maps, stuff like that. Needing certain flags to be hit. Also, Dope is freaking amazing. He's an American sniper out here. Dope is very, very good with the bow.
He missed one shot, but just one is really great for twin build.
Yeah, and considering it's a light arrow shot too, light arrow shots are the hardest to probably hit.
Yeah. Oh no.
No, I feel like 2 of those just barely whiffed too.
Yeah,
the hitbox. Yeah, the hitbox is like a weird sphere in it, right? It's like a weird sphere that's kind of like it doesn't extend all the way out, like it's inside that yellow thing. There's just a yellow sphere, pretty much.
Most agitating hitbox to work with, yes. Especially when you're using the bow to attack this thing, which you casually use the Giant's Mask for. But we make it work.
Dope is about to just be done here. He's collects that, hits A. Like literally, you don't even need to see the mask. You pretty much once you pick it up, you're just able to hit A, save, and then boom, reset.
Yeah, if you see the mask, then that might be too late because then the other text box is coming up, and you have to hit A before that.
Yep. After you've hit A though, you're good to reset whenever, right? You just it saves instantly after the A press.
Yeah, maybe a frame, but it might as well be
Yeah,
instantly.
as long as you're not literally going for like a frame perfect reset with it, you know, you're probably gonna be fine.
Oh yeah.
So here's our RNG bomb drop. We're gonna go pick up a stick and then try and get bombs to hover up into the clock tower. You don't actually have to wait for day 3, you're just able to hover right up.
RNG. My favorites. Alright, here's the first set.
So let's hope. Looking for a bomb.
Spin attack is getting a little resistant there.
Unfortunately, did not get a bomb. Got some arrows. Arrows not that bad. That'll help in the fight.
Yeah, it's a magic. They're like side items, you could say. That way you don't have to get the pots in the fight.
He did just get the final bombs there. That is kind of nice. There's a magic back there too, unfortunately, that he's not going to get, but he can just pick up the magic in the pot when he gets in there.
Yeah, that magic probably was from the choo-choo, but that's fine. It's a little out of the way compared to the pot.
Only having to get 2 of those grass patches is pretty good. I like how the dog gets tilted when you're walking up slants. Like it's so weird, but so cute. Like they're doing a thing known as Franker FZ hover, whatever they call it. There's tons of names for this hover.
Yep, Franker Z hover.
Does Dope have the bombs for this? Yeah, he does, but he needs to be very careful with it.
Yeah, he's not going to be able to do a super slide later on the moon.
Yeah, I think he's just happy he doesn't have to go get more bombs. He's just taking it.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'll take... Not bad RNG, it's okay. Not having the bombs to this super slide sucks. Like, it will still take you, like, he's gonna lose, like, what, 8 seconds walking over there? At least. Oh, by the way, for anyone in chat, if you guys want to break... So, Truly is doing the other setup for remote hookshot, by the way. Or the hookshot jump. I think what bothers me the most about this one, Adruk, is the fact that there's that BMOS. Like, that BMOS, like... But for anyone wanting to watch the end of Dope's run, you guys have like a 4-minute intermission where it's going to be in a cutscene. You're pretty much going to do whatever you want for a while. Like, Dope is definitely probably going to go up, go use the bathroom, do whatever he wants. Like, free. You have freedom right now. That's a really high... Let's go, you know? There he is. That's the other form of the milk jump that isn't the druck, or the druck jump, as they call it now.
Alright, sorry about that. Our dinner has yet to get here, and it sounds like they went to the wrong address, even though they had the right address. So, confused.
It is rough.
Yes, they said something about an office store, and we don't have an office store here, so... Oh well.
We had, you might have missed it, we had Truly do the other setup for, what's it called, the milk jump.
Oh, no, he did the corner setup. I'm gonna have to send a new setup to him. Darn it, Truly. He made it, but he doesn't have to.
He did make it, but it took him a while doing the setup. It took him a while setting it up, making sure you got it right.
But at least you can see how dumb the old setup was, and, you know.
Yeah, it looks a lot more awkward and a lot less, like, consistent. Yeah, look at Dope putting his GIF in the middle of his screen.
That cheater. He's breaking the rules. What's he doing?
He's probably AFK getting food. There is literally
the best
nothing
cutscene in the game. Now he's just covering it up. This is not cool.
The best cutscene in the game.
Yeah.
Anju Cafe.
Anti Cafe. Okay. Okay. That's
Yeah,
fair.
I do like that one at the end. It's actually probably one of the. Is probably one of the most like unique things or cutscenes that's in the Zelda franchise is like an ending like that. I think MM has a lot of that though, considering the whole concept is unique to this franchise. Unfortunately, we have truly not getting any bomb drops from these.
Yeah, these Majorons can be the least unwilling sometimes.
Isn't it? What is the percent chance of getting the bomb drop? I can't even remember the exact percent.
I believe it's just 50-50. I don't know for certain, but
sure. I know the odds are not that bad for you. Like, it is genuinely not supposed to be that bad, considering we're breaking 2.
Yeah, it's just sometimes it's worse than other times. It's just, well, you're a rando player. You know how it goes. RNG.
Yeah. RNG is like that, you know. Sometimes you start the file with fire arrows, sometimes you get fire arrows 5 hours in. Still something we can't really skip. That is, unfortunately, an item that we can't. Well, you technically can, but it's insane.
Yeah.
I think you've seen the setup for not having to get fire arrows to unfreeze Scott.
Yeah, you had to, in order to get in that state where title actually gives you text and then you use action swap, you have to have like Ocarina duped over or not have Ocarina at all.
No, there's another one too. There's one other way to do it too. There are 2 ways of doing it. I don't even know about it. I've heard about it existing, but it's like a long, convoluted setup. I know the other. I do know the one you're talking about with the Ocarina dupe over it, and you can't do that because like you need the Ocarina for Oath to Order.
You can give it back usually, but
you can get it back.
Yeah, if you ever get more details on that, I'd be interested because that sounds like one of those fairy tales, or what's it called? Yeah, like warping to SM64 from Ocarina of Time. Except it's now more believable with AIDS.
I mean, I still found it funny how we have a wrong warp or a death warp basically in Rando that you guys like. Since we have random dungeon entrances, you can whatever temple's in Woodfall, you can use that to get to whichever temple Woodfall's in. Yeah. Which I did show you that one time. That's super useful. It's the only way to be able to skip New Wave. For us, is getting that. If you get lucky with it, you can just be able to skip New Wave. The other 2, of course, you don't need the songs. You don't really need Elegy or... There are very easy ways to skip Lullaby. Or easier ways.
Did we miss something with... Oh, no. I thought I already saw Dope on the Moon for some reason. But I was just imagining about how he didn't have bombs and he would have to walk. So now I'm seeing it real time. Sorry. Brain is...
You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah.
Getting his resources. Dope is already up to win this fight.
Oh, interesting. He's wasting a very specific amount of magic before going in.
I wonder what that's for.
Well, I can only guess. You do want to waste your magic as soon as possible. That way your light arrows turn into normal arrows, quote unquote, when you're on Wrath, and then you don't have to wait for the long cutscene.
Yeah, but I thought you only really want to shoot him with 1 light arrow and then kill.
Yeah, for
he can't
Wrath,
dodge.
yes.
He can't dodge light arrows on Wrath.
Right. Yeah. So the goal is to waste your magic that way. Not even just for Wrath necessarily, but for what's that? Second phase, Incarnation. If you so happen to not have the early hit, then you have to spam arrows to hit him. You don't want to have to wait every time. So if you can waste all your magic in the first phase, then that's ideal. Oh, that was scary. I thought
I would not do it well. Okay, so he's gonna probably spam B on the transition here and try to get the early hit off of Incarnation.
Yep. Or just hold B. You don't have to spam it.
Yeah, but I mean spam it after to drain the magic, right? Oh, I mean he probably is perfect. I think he has the perfect amount. So after 1 B press, he won't have enough magic for a light arrow, so he'll just
Yeah, I don't think it drains that much. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it does drain that much. I was thinking that'd be 0.
No, light arrows have that incredibly high amount of magic cost.
I see. Well, not
Unfortunate.
well, not bad. He did react pretty well for his circumstances, though.
You know, yeah. Very true, very true. I know doing the crouch tabs there is like it's weird. I actually like prefer the spin attack timing to re-knock down. The crouch tab is weird to me.
Yeah, it's...
But we also
It's
don't have
not
power
quite-
crouch stabbing, so it's a little bit different.
Oh, he's not waiting for Wrath to be out on the outside. So if he doesn't, then that means he has to hope that the remains don't shoot him. He's looking
You
good
know,
right now.
Dope paid off the remains. It's okay.
Did he? I wonder if I can do that.
Apparently, he got the bomb drop pretty quick. He also, like, apparently he just paid off the final cycle. That's just what he did. Honestly.
Obviously. I'm gonna have to talk to the mods about this. This admin is out of control.
He is, dude. He's been speaking to Wrath privately. Dope, please hop in here. Come in for an interview. We missed your sweet voice.
Yeah,
Tell us
if we
about
have
it.
an onslaught of bad Majora fights, then we know who to look to. For the entire community.
Every time someone doesn't get a bomb drop on final cycle, dope.
Hello.
Dope,
Hello.
hello.
You
That
made
run
it.
was pretty bad.
I mean, it had ups and downs. There were good parts of it. You did a lot of things that were very, very nice and clean.
You did it. That's the important part.
Yeah, the worst part of my run was that Great Bay Boss Key skip. I missed it like, what, 3 or 4 times? Like,
Yeah, you
I
you
hate
missed
that
that stall
recoil
like
so
4
much.
times.
Yeah. That recoil is just like, you only, like Druk said, you only have like 2 frames for that recoil, and it's just,
Yeah,
you also
it's
have to like curve it.
yeah. They call it a perfect recoil in Randa. We just call them perfect recoils when it has to be in the big red or big blue frame. And like that curve probably makes it way harder to get.
Actually, it's Big Red or Explosion frame, I think.
Yep.
Big Blue is 3rd frame.
Yeah. Oh, big blue's 3rd frame. It's explosion. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, other than that, like, it was just really a bunch of minor mistakes that added up.
Yeah.
I mean, overall though, it was a decent run. 137 is still like one of the better times that we have seen in this tournament. So that's not
Yeah,
all
I
too
think
bad.
Kai holds the tournament PB right now with like a 133 or something.
Yeah. So I'm still waiting. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of people who are gonna probably beat that. Like we still got a lot of tournament left to go.
Oh, is
Yeah, Pope's only done 1 match, that was Trev.
Oh, I see. Okay.
We have truly just in this final cycle. There's not. We get to watch the 4-minute cutscene once again. Did you get up and go leave during that cutscene too? I literally figured I was like, I feel like Doe probably just went to the bathroom when it got a snack or something like that.
Only during Hundo runs.
Only during Hundo runs.
Yeah, this category is too short.
Too short. Actually, true. It's only an hour 30. It's not that bad. I don't know, man. In TP, we got a speedrun going to the bathroom during our final cutscene. So, like, it kind of feels nice when there's, like, a game like this where it's like, yeah, you just get to watch that. Like, you have that cutscene play. Got a lot of time during it.
So yeah, who you going up against next? Do we know yet? Dope.
I don't think I have a seed yet, because I need to wait for other people to go through the losers.
Oh, are you in losers bracket? Is this losers bracket or?
Yeah, this is.
Oh wow, I did not realize we were in losers. I thought this was winners bracket still.
Yeah, my,
So that
my
means-
first run against Matsu was just god-awful.
What time did you end up getting?
I got like a 143. He
Oh
beat,
my
so like, he went into Majora, and then he died. I was like a minute behind him, so then I got into Majora, and then I died, and then he beat me.
Oh,
It was really dumb. It was a close race.
That's kind of intense, just to see that both people, it came down to two people, both of you dying at Majora. Truly almost forgot the dog.
Doesn't happen often. Oh, we didn't. Okay, he noticed.
Didn't get it again, I think.
So yeah,
Alright.
I'll play one of those too.
That
Most
was
likely
good.
Trev, but we'll see. Sample's not that bad either.
Yeah, they're both high level.
Hmm.
I was just joking since I lost the trip.
I think Trev finished
Hey.
like a 137 too.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
it's
starting to
interesting.
see. We're starting to see closer and closer rounds like between the people, which is always nice. Once you get more into like the middle of these tournaments, it gets way nicer. Seeing people have times that are so close to each other, they get really close.
So yeah, assuming Truly doesn't die to Majora here, it looks like it's gonna be like a 150-ish, 151.
Yeah. I think his PB is currently like a 150 too. Apparently from Beast, he said that like yesterday Truly got a PB or something like that.
Yeah, it looks
So-
like 156, but I could be reading the wrong number again.
Yeah,
Oh,
one
it's
the splits
average
are wrong.
again.
We're pretty sure.
Okay.
It was a fun time to get to watch you race, Dope. It was really good. Did
Yeah,
a
it
lot
was
of
a
things
nice
really well.
surprise.
I got to watch my first Zest.
Yeah, dude.
I saw that my mind was blown. I was like, I've only heard of this in the textbooks. I've never seen it actually happen.
Yeah, this is cool.
I enjoy
What
so
else
much of
did
that
you learn?
movement you guys do. What else did I learn? I mean, I learned the difference between Hess, the fact that ESS came from, the name ESS actually came from Ocarina and MM. I thought that was just literally a term for the dead zone. Like, I've heard it in so many other games, and like, to have that just be like, oh, that's an Ocarina of MM thing.
Imagine if we named it like Dead Zone Slide.
Someone go back in time and do that. See how this history
It
of
would
the
mess
name
up
goes.
so many communities. We'd all be like, what? Dead zone slide into the area off of skip, come on. It's like how one of those giants just floats. A lot of them just float.
He's on his toes, maybe. On that very edge of it. It might have been too far,
I'm
actually.
really interested where they got the idea for these things to be like the heroes of the world. They're really, really tall, mustached giants.
Body mans. They're very weird, yeah.
Like, I gotta wonder who came up with this.
I feel like one of the art designers just saw it in his dream and was like, yep, that's what the giant should be.
They were on something, man. Like, you can't tell me this game was not like a fever dream to someone.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was
some of the
only made
concept
in like
art
a
is
year.
bizarre.
What I would do to like be to watch them during that dev cycle, to like sit in one of the conferences and hear them go off.
What's the weirdest thing we can make? Shortest amount of time.
We have 6 months. Someone hurry! Please give any idea. What if we have giant ball giants save the world from the moon crashing?
Giant noses.
Also, it's funny, they're not really like holding up the moon here, they're holding like the weird like barrier that's like around the moon when it's coming down and then it disappears.
Yeah, so it
Yeah,
looks like they're not
that's
holding the moon.
Oh yeah, yeah, their hands are separate.
I think what's even more awkward is the animation after it starts like coming down again, and their like legs are like shaking around. Like, holy shit!
Also,
It
fun
looks-
fact, Link is actually on the map during that Giants cutscene where they're coming out of each area to hold the moon up. But they hid Link right behind the Great Bay Wall, like in the right corner. Because for whatever
Wait.
reason, he needs to be present on the map.
Yeah, I thought he was elsewhere. I've levitated there.
They
It
have to
looks
hide
like
him.
he's... Yeah, he's somewhere on the map, yeah.
That's crazy.
There are other cutscenes like that, like
Oh wait, yeah. Actually, TP's the exact same. We have to have Link on. Link has to be on the map for the cutscene to play. So Link will be like thrown into like really weird spots or hidden behind things. In TP's cutscenes too.
Yeah.
Also, spoiler alert, Skull Kid is not Majora.
That's crazy.
No
Who would have
way.
guessed? Even bigger spoiler alert, the moon's mouth can open.
I thought it was called Skull Kid's Mask.
Skull Kid, stolen property.
Dude, I think it's even weirder, like, look at this shot. The moon is literally just has, like, its mouth open. Like,
Yeah, it's about to consume the world.
yeah, I know,
Like-
but, like, when it's crashing down, it, like, has its mouth closed. It's like, now it's just out. Like, it's not crazy. Go figure, the moon can open its mouth.
Yeah, like, it's a lead into I will consume
Look at that-
consume
look at that-
everything.
Look at the giant's legs just, like, quaking. They're absolutely
Especially that
shaking.
right one.
Yeah, it's so weird. Their right legs are shaking so much more than the left.
Leg.
What is this?
We can't criticize the cutscene anymore, guys.
I'm really sad. Like, actually, like, they shout, they're like, you gotta hurry, you gotta save the world. And then you get up to the moon, it's kind of just the most chill and peaceful place out there.
Yeah, it's like one of the few times, like, other than like beating the bosses, that you can just do nothing forever. Nothing will happen.
Yeah. It's so peaceful, too. It's actually, like, this is probably one of my favorite areas in Zelda. Like, it's just nice. It's a pretty field with a tree in the center.
Makes
It's
absolutely no
harvesting
sense.
houses.
Yes.
I mean, in the fever dream sense, yeah. I mean, yeah. It kind of makes sense in that way.
The moon has its own sun.
Yeah, the moon has a separate sun. Its own separate ecosystem too, and the moon also houses this room. Yeah, no, I figured they will never make a game anything like this one again.
They're probably not allowed to.
I don't think some of the people on the dev team probably got told, please don't come back tomorrow. Oh, that really sucks. Both of the fins hit and count as a hit. That is kind of a
Yeah.
rare occurrence that can happen, but
It's when the fins are coming back, they just hit Majora sometimes.
this is slowing down his Majora fight like crazy because you couldn't just lock them into one place.
Dope. Did you see the new strat for Majora from THP and Sausage?
Oh yeah, you can like stun with like the shot to the top, right?
Something like that. It's like frame perfect, and it seems like maybe a Majora minute. It's just the weirdest looking thing ever, especially since, you know, we always... Oh, wow. You know, we always turn Zora.
Yeah, it would just save the mass transformation, I think.
Oh, so the shooting Majora right as the start of the fight happens with the precise shot?
Yeah. And there's like a part of the hitbox that doesn't count as damage or blocks the shot, it does a stun. It's really weird.
Oh yeah, he has like two hitboxes always present, his shield on the front side and his hitbox in the back. And his hitbox is like, they're both rectangles, but the hitbox is slightly smaller than the shield.
Does he even have a hitbox during this attack? Like, because this one's where, like, the hitbox is different on this attack, right? Where you're shooting at the fire laser. So you're expected to use the mirror shield to reflect it back at him.
I think it's programmed so you can only take damage by that.
From the front, right? Yeah, it just is hard programmed to where you can only take it from there. Because I was like, I know if the boomerang even hits the back, it doesn't matter. There's nothing there.
Content
Truly,
from here to them Discoveries channel.
Oh,
honestly,
no,
they could do like an MM Discovery podcast, you know? MM, the podcast of just, why is MM? Look at this.
That's a very existential question right there.
Yeah, you know, but then you're like, who thought of this one? Who thought of this idea right here? Like, what had to happen for this to become a thing?
That might run a little longer than you anticipated to.
We sincerely gotta question the mad lad. He was like, alright, trust me, second phase, runs around, dances, mocks you,
Just to commentate for a quick second, he's on 1 heart, and the remains all deal 1 heart of damage, so this is very Maka-esque right now.
Yeah, all of the attacks in this room will kill him immediately.
Yeah.
Can't Wrath also hit you like really early too and kill him?
Yeah, it's not really common though, because with light arrows, oh no.
That's so sad.
Alright, take 2, let's go.
Yeah, with light arrows he can't dodge, right? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that light arrows he can't dodge them.
For whatever reason, he just doesn't jump away.
I love that he can mock you with the normal arrows and just like walk to the side and shrug at you. It's like, huh?
Because I think they're all individually coded except for light arrows.
Oh, that's why he doesn't dodge them?
Oh, I would assume so. Unless that's intentional, I don't know.
I mean, I would figure it's intentional for the light arrows because they're meant to be the arrows that destroy evil, right? Like they're meant to be like this whole gimmick of like even Ganon couldn't dodge them. Ganon can't like resist them. So
typically
like
the end boss killer, basically.
That's yeah, I mean that would make sense.
So I'd figure that one's actually intentional. Do fire arrows like can you dodge fire and ice arrows at all? Or
yeah,
no?
you can.
Okay, yeah, then I feel like that one's probably intentional then.
Yeah, gamers, I'm gonna have to head out though. I appreciate y'all commentating today on short notice.
Yeah, thank you so much for the amazing run and doing a great job today. It was really fun to get to watch and learn.
Thank you for showing off a good iteration of Truck Jump. I appreciate it.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
do my best. Alright, goodbye.
Have a great day, Dope. See ya.
GG to Nan, by the way.
Yep. GG and congrats on the win. We're the true winners, Struck. We got to watch MM today.
Absolutely. Can't deny that. Sorry, Dope.
Also, this is a much better first phase from Truly over here. Like this is extremely bad. This is way better.
Yeah, he didn't get memed on from the Finn hitting him. Sometimes if just one thing happens, it throws your entire game off, and you have to stun him just so he doesn't go anywhere. But if you miss the stun lock, it's just the worst fight ever.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. I know in Random we do the same thing, so sometimes you don't have mirror shows, sometimes you won't have those things, right? So we'll have some of these fights where we have almost the exact same amount of items, right? And it can be brutal. I've had to fight this fight with a Kokiri sword before, and it was not fun.
Just Kokiri sword, nothing else?
Like, Kokiri sword, Zora, like, you can have extra items. Like, I'm pretty sure I had Zora, Kokiri sword, bombs, hookshot,
I fought him
right?
with 5 items before, for 5 item 11%, and that was not the fun. It was fun for me because it's a horrible fight, but, you know, for other people,
it's really interesting. I mean, it is literally like, this fight is genuinely hard. In the Zelda franchise, there's like a joke of the fact that most of our final bosses are not strong. They're not very good.
He has fire, a regular arrow is equipped. Did he?
Yeah, he did it for the other one. This is actually fine. He's like in a corner now. It's perfect. They can't actually shoot him.
You just have to wait for him to do a different attack, that's all. But yeah, he's like contender for most difficult Zelda boss, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think there are many else that match. I mean, the only one that really like rings in my head is like Demise is actually hard your first time, but every other time, if you learn what to do, it's like Demise is like trivial.
Yeah, well, if you don't get Wii controllered.
Yeah, if you don't get Wii controllered, he's like absolutely trivial. But I'm trying to think of anyone else. TP Ganon is literally nothing.
Yeah, he gets distracted by a fishing rod.
Yeah, honestly, when your fight boils down to how many jump spin attacks can you do? 1, 2, 3. And truly, if you would like to come in for an interview with us, we are here waiting for you. Excitingly ready to hear what you have to say.
Yes. You made it. You did it.
Hello. And
Hello.
I'm below average run. I'm happy. Hello, everybody.
Hey, what's
Hello,
up, guys?
hello.
GG. GG, Nan.
Thank you.
You
Congrats to
you did
Dope.
some-
What time did Dope get?
Dope got like a 137.
Oh, neat. That's pretty cool.
He did pretty good. He still had some mistakes here and there that really like slowed down his time. Like he.
Oh, wait,
eventually-
there must be a loop right now. Wait a sec. No, there's not. Sorry. Never mind. Oh, wait. Wait, can you repeat? I'm sorry.
Talking.
Hello, hello.
Uh-oh.
You hear us, Truly?
Yep, still here.
Okay, good to hear. You did an amazing job. There were actually like some really cool areas that you like did amazing, like your Hess and what's it called, Lost Woods. That was really good. I've seen so many people drop that, and you actually got a really good one there.
Thank you.
You did a lot of stuff extremely well throughout this run. If you're wondering what slowed down Dope in this run, GBT Bosky skip took him a while. He failed it like 4 times in a row.
That's harsh.
Yeah. Then he went for like the easier setup, then got it first try. Like
Okay.
his recoils were just mistimed. How did you feel about your run overall?
I'm happy. It was faster than my average segments. That's about that. I didn't like my start. I was terrible at super slides. But I didn't practice too much during the weekend because I got a PB Friday and I was hanging out with family a lot. So I got to take a break, but I didn't. It wasn't too rusty. I'm happy with that run.
What
Yeah,
was your
I think you're my
PB?
type.
So is your PB the 155 or was it something else? Was it
No, my PB is 149.32.
Nice. Okay, because I remember I had Beast in here who said, yeah, his PB is actually like a 150 or something, like around that, right?
About that.
Well, good stuff. It's great to hear that you got a PB recently. It seems like a lot of people in this community have been like popping off with PBs here and there, like with this
Absolutely.
tournament.
Yeah,
And-
people progress really, really fast. I'm happy to see that.
Anything you want to talk about from your run? Anything specific?
I'm happy I got that Majora in a race. I'm very happy I got that Majora in a race. And yeah.
I mean, you
yeah.
went from a Majora that was like really unfun and painful to a like really good Majora that was really
Yeah.
nice and gave you perfect.
Yeah, when
run.
Wrath was in the corner, I was just like, okay, that's it. This is the end.
Yeah, he was pretty much ripe and ready. You also got the early hit from what's that called? You got the early hit in Incarnation on the second run. Like things just went. The second run of Majora just went flawless. Like it was very good and quick.
Thank you.
So I hope you've enjoyed it. Have you enjoyed the tournament? Well, actually, this is both of you. Have you guys enjoyed the tournament so far? How it's been ran? How it's been handled?
I liked it. I wish I just had more time to commentate. That's the only thing.
I mean, we still got plenty of races left for you to commentate and like be a
Forward to
part of.
that. I'll pay attention to the commentary volunteer sheet.
Yeah, definitely. I try right now. I'm just mainly trying to fill in for any times we don't have anyone, just so that like I feel bad being here solo. I don't know enough about this game to really commentate it solo all the way.
You're at least here, and trust me, that is more than anybody here can tell you how much we can appreciate you. Basically, it's really, we're thankful.
I'm gonna slowly get better too, Drift. Too. I'll slowly understand everything. I'll slowly begin to understand how man.
Like you said, you have Rando under your belt, so you're better than you're
I
prepared.
have
in
Rando
more
and a
ways.
base understanding. Like I've been like an outlooker of like speedrun for a long time. It's just like actually knowing and having to learn like definitions, timings, frame data on everything, right? Like how many frames do people have to do this? What are the frames known for this? Like I'm not even used to like Hess frame. I don't even know which frame it is exactly. Like
Yeah, like putting it under a microscope. It looks a little different when you rip apart its skin.
it's very different because from the knowledge, like when you like having a base level understanding of any of these games, like there's a difference between knowing it exists and then truly knowing it. Like on TP, I can tell you every frame, like that's right or wrong. Like I can tell you what's wrong here, what's wrong here. But like if someone messes something up here, I'm like, don't really know.
You can always guess. There are only so many things
you
it could
know,
be, right?
You know, true. And I
All
think that about wraps it up for us, isn't it? Any final words you guys want to say?
Thanks to ZSR for hosting. Thanks to KM, Keaton, and Adruk for commentating. And thanks to everybody here for watching.
My line.
Thanks to Jake, too, for organizing.
Hi, this is Delilah.
Hello.
I have taken over for Trez, 5 seconds after he finished.
Yeah.
Truly, you forgot to ... It's still running.
Rip.
Oh, I split the last time.
Interesting. Yeah, there's a race room. I don't know if there's a way to get back in it and done yourself, because I can't do it.
Let me check. Oh, yeah.
See what I can do.
Oh, I never need to do
Just
that.
so you
usually.
know. There we go.
Thank you.
Hey,
not
final
a big
time of
deal.
2:02.
Right?
Kappa.
Just figured, easier later.
Oh,
Yeah, thank you to our runners, Truly and Dope. Dope was here and he bailed a little bit earlier, which is fine.
Yeah, it's
Y'all
understandable.
can't stay here for 5 hours. It's actually only 2 hours. It's pretty good. And thanks to our comms. Yeah, that's a Druck and KM Keaton, correct?
Yep.
And yeah, this was lovely. We have later today a Link to the Past Randomizer Cross Keys tournament, and we have one of those tomorrow and probably the next day. And there's also a whole lot of Majora's Mask Randomizer Season 2 tournaments going on tomorrow, and a bunch of Zelda 2 stuff going on. The next thing on this channel is the Cross Keys tournament, Alazun versus Dazed Cloud, and that is in 20 minutes. But I'm gonna boot you guys over to Jake ZSR. He is running Hundo Majora right now, and I think he's doing pretty good.
Yo, let's go, our boy Jake.
Yeah,
He's on a very good pace run. I've had him on the side the whole day.
Yeah, I thought that might be true of a lot of you guys. But yeah, thanks guys for coming and watching, and we will see you again later.
Bye-bye. Thanks for having us over.
Bye.